Spencer, a 3-1 home defeat to Torquay tonight, undone by 2 early goals in the first half in particular. Where did we fall short today?
I thought for certainly the first half we were completely schooled by the best team we've played this season. As much as I'm absolutely gutted, I'm bizarrely quite pleased for Watts. Maybe they'll get off his back a bit. I thought they were superb. I thought we were rubbish. First 45, 2 goals in 9 minutes. We're not doing what our jobs are, but they were quicker, faster, full time. Quite bluntly, they just blew us away. I mean, in my view, at half time it could have been 4-0. We were bloody awful. We're very young. We are what we are. But we were making the same mistakes. I had to sacrifice Louis at half time because I can't afford him to get sent off. He would have been a 2-game suspension because he's already been sent off. I thought the yellow was soft. I mean, we got the referee's got the highest. I think he got the highest National South record per game of yellows. It's just like that is soft. It's a foul, of course it is, but against such good players, I could see Louis getting sent off, and I just could not take that risk with the situation I've got with the injuries at the moment. So I had to sacrifice him at half time. I thought the second half, first 30 minutes was a nothing. I don't think they hurt us. I think they sat there, quite frankly, thinking Farnborough not going to hurt them, and we didn't hurt them. Absolutely shockingly bad third goal. We're claiming that we've been held. We may be, and wait to see it. But he's free at the far post. Terrible set piece goal. 3-0, game over. And you fear for us, to be honest. You fear for us. You fear this could get 5, 6, 7, to be blunt. And I'll give us some credit for the last 20 minutes. We get a fortress. I mean, it's a penalty by the sound of it. Penalty. And for 15, 20 minutes, we wake up and how we've not scored when the ball's rolling across the line. And that would have made it interesting for 10 minutes. So it almost shows us where we are. We're so super young. We're struggling. We've had a good week up to tonight. But when things go wrong and you're up against real quality, and that quality when they get going, as they've shown predominantly at home, and they will show many times away, when they get going, they will be right up there. So perhaps they'll get off his back a little bit, and good luck to them because it's a fantastic club. Their supporters were brilliant turning up. Thank them for turning up. And we got blown away. I said, particularly in the first 45 minutes. You're 2-0 down in 9 minutes. It's almost let's all go home. So really harsh lesson against a really good side. I'm very disappointed, a little bit angry with some of the performances in the first 45. Pleased we gave it a shout for the fans for the last 20 minutes. As I said, we really gave that a go the last 20 minutes, but that's where we are at the moment. I think we're so fragile. We're missing leaders. We're missing bodies quite clearly. And, the better team comfortably won the game. But no small margin, if we'd scored with 10, 12 to go, it would have been interesting. Even 4 minutes stoppage time, what an absolute nonsense. 6 subs, blood injuries, goalkeepers going down, 2 goals, 4 minutes. It's just rubbish. But real harsh lesson for our boys, and it doesn't get any easier at the weekend.
Would you put the slow start tonight down to lack of concentration, do you think?
Yeah, it was. Didn't set the kick-off right, gave the ball away. First, gave the ball away in midfield. Had to change the shape really quick. They did us down the sides. So many things wrong with it. I mean, it was, and then set piece, we get done, first contact, second contact. 9 minutes, done, you're 2-0 down. All the pressure we wanted to put on a Torquay team, in my opinion, ridiculously under pressure. I mean, whatever they are, 6th in the league, in a very tough division. We took all the pressure off. We didn't. Except for that, we had 5 minutes in the first half where we kept the ball, and in the last 20 minutes we caused them some concerns, and you could see we put that little bit of pressure on. That was it. That was the grand total of it. The rest of it, they schooled us. Certainly in the first half. So it's lessons, and young lads and experienced lads have to learn. You can't turn up like that. But to say we're bare bones is an understatement. We only had the 15 players today. I know we named 2 others, but Mason was ill. his vision was all over the place. I'm not going to risk a player in that position. He said, look, he could possibly come on second half, but you just look at his eyes. So that wasn't an option. John Anunga gave it a go. He's had the cast off. He tried the warm-up and said he can't play. He won't be able to play. So at the end of the day, we had the 4 subs. We used them. I had to protect Louis as well, but we put ourselves in a terrible position. But as I said, I don't want to take away from the fact that, we're in this run of 4, on paper, very hard games. We've had a win, a loss and a draw. We got schooled today, but we've got 4 points so far. We've got another ridiculously difficult one on Saturday. And we've got to learn from it. And we're still fighting. And I was pleased in the last 20 minutes we gave the fans something. We've just got to keep going. The chances that we were going to get results in all of those 4 was slim to none. But I'm just so disappointed the way we can't give good sides that type of lead. And if we do that to Dorking, they'll be 2-3 up very quickly as well. I was there last night. I know they've got a few injuries, but their idea of an injury list and my idea of an injury list are very different with the amount of players. We'll be, at this rate, we're going to have 12 available players for the trophy because 2 of them are cup tied. So we've got to work on that. We've got to learn our lessons, but it's an exciting match on Saturday. And in this 4-game run, which is where we put it, we hope the fans turn up. It's always a really exciting game against Dorking. It was at 4-3 and 2-2 last time. So we'll give it everything, and hopefully the lads will learn from a really painful experience tonight.
And goalkeeper Jack Turner made his 200th Farnborough appearance tonight. How much credit does he deserve for the saves in the game tonight?
I think he only made 1 save, didn't he? That was the problem at Ruthless, though. When they went 2-0, they shut up. But ignoring that, 200 games at this level is fantastic. He's been such a loyal servant of the club. He's had promotions with us. We've had some, had a great FA Cup run with him. And we've settled down as a really solid National South club. Right now, it's a real challenge. It's a real challenge. Everyone's got to perform at their best. I've got to look really hard at what we're doing. As I said, out of these 4 games, a win, a defeat, and a draw. And with everything going against us at the moment on the injury front, but we need to suck it up. We've got tough games coming up, and frankly, our season is not really going to be defined against Torquays and Dagenhams and Dorkings. We've got to be realistic where we are, but that doesn't mean it doesn't hurt as much as it does today. And as I said, if you're 2-0 down in 9 minutes, we didn't get anything from the crowd because we didn't give them anything. You're 2-0 down, you'd goal down in a minute. I mean, it was really tough. So hopefully this group can learn. I think a few of them, I'm not sure they can at the moment, so that's something I'll have to deal with in the future. But don't want to hit too much of a panic because, quite frankly, we've got another exceptional side coming on Saturday.
You mentioned the players that we've got injured at the moment. How much of a headache is that for you? Would it be the wrong type of headache for Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a real problem for Saturday. There's no question about that. Obviously, with Mason ill, his little ones had it first. It's not good. That's for sure. As I said, we could only name 4 subs really tonight. We'll have to see where we are. It's I know they picked up a horrible injury last night to a really good player, but that's the difference between the club sizes at the moment. They've got a big squad, and even though they've got some injuries, we are where we are, and we're so young. I know we've got 2 or 3 experienced lads, but we're so young. And look, I don't want to be too down on it. If you'd said to me 4 points from the first 3 games, I would have bitten your hand off the way we were. I would have bitten your hand off. And despite getting battered and being 3-0 down, we've scored a fortuitous penalty and had a great chance and a header that went an inch wide, from the corner as well. But why does it take us to only be on the front foot to do that? And a lot of that comes down to experience and leaders. And we know we're lacking that at the moment. But we've got to pick ourselves up and go again. It is difficult. It is what it is. But we're in this tough run. As I said, our season is not going to be defined by this level of game. What we've got to try and do is learn from it and be better. And that is the challenge for Saturday, because I've actually said to the lads, we could be really, really good on Saturday and still lose. That's we're talking of 1-6 straight, I think it is. Conceded, the only goals have been from free kicks. So let's not hit the total panic button, we will need to play an awful lot better, that's for sure. But even that might not be enough. But, you know, we're going to work really hard. I hope the boys react. You've got to pick the right side, see where we're going to go system-wise, see what's available, quite bluntly. I'm not sure we'll have a huge amount of choice. Hope fans turn up. And we will do our absolute best to, have a decent game against Dorking and try and upset people again.
Okay, thanks Spencer, and good luck for Saturday.
Thank you.